Well, today's the day that I'm finally finishing the gold painting, all the gold outline, but I've got like a really sore neck and lower back, and I'm sort of trying to work around the weather. I can't do it when it's windy, with literally any wind, because it just blows the canvas around too much, and then I'm using heat set paint, so I need to make sure that it doesn't rain before I have a chance to heat set it, etc. So I'm keeping a really close eye on the weather to try and get this done when I'm able to get it done, really. So I'm finishing the gold today and starting on the colour finally today. But like I said, my neck and my back is so sore, and under normal circumstances I would go and have a massage. But we're in the middle of a pandemic, and massaging isn't classed as an essential service, even though I think it should be. So I'm sort of, I need to soldier on, but I just don't want to end up to a point where I can't even move, because I really barely can move at night in bed. It's just, I don't know, I think it's just because I'm on an angle like this at all times, and it's probably taken me about 10 hours so far to do this. So yeah, I just need to run with it a little bit. But talking to a friend yesterday, how bizarre is it that we were talking about how one of my other friends got given a 24 pack of toilet paper for her birthday, Kleenex double roll. And we were like so excited about, this double roll 24 pack. And we were like, gee, the things that we get excited about these days, who would have ever thought that we would be able to tell our grandkids stories about a time in life where the whole world shut down, Parents are homeschooling their kids and starting to appreciate and understand, I'm sure, just what an amazing job that our teachers do and what an important role they play. And they have like 27 students, not 2. So yeah, I think that the world will be a changed place from that. I think teachers will be much more appreciated, which I think is a long time coming, because I've always believed that teachers do an amazing job, certainly do something that I couldn't do. And like 90% of shops are shut down in shopping centres. Like the shopping centres aren't even open. Just the fact that we have allocated times where we can go to the shop. Healthcare workers can go on certain mornings for the first hour. The elderly get the first hour in the morning on certain mornings. I mean, just bizarre. Just the other day going for a bike ride, just how many playgrounds, playgrounds with just big signs up saying, yep, no one's allowed to play in a playground. Like, who would have ever thought that would even happen? It's just kind of crazy. But, the other thing I've seen is so many people out there exercising together, out there in public places with their weights and all their bits and pieces, training each other. It's just been such a joy to watch. And it made me think of Japan. In Japan, they've got a thing called Radio Taiso, and every morning, I don't know what time it is, 6 or 7 o'clock in the morning, every single morning on the radio and the TV, they do an exercise program for everybody. Like they do it in nursing homes, they do it in schools, they do it in workplaces. I can't remember what time it was, but it happens at the same time every morning. And they're basically just standard sort of stretching and movement exercises for everybody just to keep moving. And when I was there, they did it in a park. So they have it in the parks. And I think there probably would have been 200 people in the park. A lot of elderly people. And next minute, over the loudspeaker, dinging of bells, and over the loudspeaker they're yelling out, what movement to do next. And there's like 200 people just all flocked in one little spot doing these just basic simple movement exercises all together. And that happens in parks everywhere. Like, that was just the park that I happened to be in at the time. And it's just like such a community sort of thing that everybody does, you know. And you get to work in the morning, you know, at the time the buzzer goes off, everybody stops, everybody does these exercises, and it's just such a huge kind of community. Radio, a TASO is converted to calisthenics. It's called radio calisthenics. It's like, it reminded me of that, just people being out and about, so many more people out and about. And I just thought, what a great thing. I know they've started doing things like that with schools now, you know, doing exercise programs and stuff. And I think it really will just be a kind of a changed world. I think the way we did things before will just change. And I'm actually excited and keen to see all the changes that happen in people's lives. And, you know, like, it's Easter here in Australia. And it's the long weekend. We get a long weekend, and basically, well, it's probably all over the world, just saying, but you know, people aren't, they've basically cancelled Easter as such. We still get the public holidays, but nobody's allowed to go out. They've got police out on watch. If you're up travelling up places where you shouldn't be, you can get fined. Like, it's a really, really, really crazy time. And as much as it's a really tough time for people, because so many people have lost their jobs, so many people are working from home, it's just a whole new different way of looking at things. There is definitely going to be good that comes of this. 100% there's going to be good, and I think we just all need to focus on the good out of it, and you know, embrace the changes, because if everybody just goes back to the way they lived before, then it will be actually a sad state of affairs. Because I think that, I mean, look, people are going to go crazy when we're allowed to socialise again, and I think, you know, great, because restaurants are going to get all the business. But I hope that we keep some of these simplistic, simple things that, you know, we do now, and just don't take for granted. I mean, I'm like a real homebody, so I'm actually really, really liking, I mean, I'm working from home too, but I'm, as well as doing this, but I love being home, a bit of a homebody. I'm a socialite, but I'm not a massive socialite, that's for sure. Not by far a massive socialite. I'm like I'm a bit of a home girl. So I'm having a great time here. But look, let's just embrace the changes. I will be back with colour, definitely colours coming next, if I can manage to keep this going. So I've got like really 2 full days now to paint the colour. Otherwise we're going to be coming into some rain, and it's going to could hold things up for quite some time. So alright, be in touch soon.